Let me tell you something right now. Being broke is a condition, but staying broke, that's a choice. I know that might sting. I know you might be thinking, but you don't understand my situation. You don't know what I've been through. And you're right. I don't. But here's what I do know. Countless people have risen from absolutely nothing, zero resources, zero support, zero help, and built an incredible life for themselves. So the question is, why not you? Poverty is a condition, but staying poor is a choice. I know that might sound harsh, but it's the truth. You didn't choose where you were born. You didn't choose the circumstances you were raised in. You didn't choose the struggles that were handed to you. But what you do next, that's all on you. There are people who come from nothing, no money, no connections, no education, and they still find a way to rise. Why? Because they refuse to accept their current reality as their final destination. They refuse to let their past define their future. They refuse to believe the lie that they are stuck. The truth is, as long as you are alive, as long as you are breathing, as long as you have the ability to move, think, and learn, you are not stuck. The problem is most people don't believe that. They think wealth is for other people. They think success is reserved for the lucky, the gifted, the chosen ones. They think life has already decided for them. And because they believe that, they never even try. They wake up, go to a job they hate, earn just enough to survive, come home exhausted, and escape into distractions. TV, social media, video games, whatever makes them forget. And they repeat that cycle, day after day, year after year, waiting for something to change, waiting for some miracle, some lucky break, some outside force to come and save them. But let me tell you something. Nobody is coming to save you. No government, no lottery ticket, no handout. If you want to change your life, you have to be the one to do it. You have to stop waiting. You have to stop making excuses. You have to stop telling yourself the story that keeps you stuck. I don't care what happened in the past. I don't care how unfair life has been. I don't care how many times you failed, because none of that matters as much as what you do next. The first step to breaking free is to decide. Decide that you are done being broke. Decide that you are done playing small. Decide that you are willing to do whatever it takes to create the life you want. And when I say whatever it takes, I mean it. That means learning new skills. That means working harder than everyone else. That means saying no to distractions. That means surrounding yourself with people who push you to be better. That means waking up earlier, staying up later, putting in the work even when you don't feel like it. That means refusing to quit when things get hard, and they will get hard. There will be days when you feel like nothing is working. There will be days when you want to give up. There will be days when you doubt yourself. And those are the moments that separate the successful from the ones who stay stuck. Because the ones who break free, they keep going, they keep learning, they keep growing, they keep showing up day after day until one day everything changes. And when it does, people will look at them and say they were lucky, they had it easy. But what they won't see is the years of work, the sacrifices, the failures, the nights they stayed up grinding while everyone else was asleep, the mornings they woke up before the sun, determined to make something of themselves. What they won't see is the choice they made over and over again to keep going, because that's what it comes down to, a choice. Every single day, you are making choices that either keep you stuck or push you forward, choices that either keep you in the same cycle or break you free. So ask yourself, what are you choosing? Take full responsibility. Stop blaming, start acting, because as long as you blame, you stay stuck. As long as you point fingers at the government, the economy, your boss, your parents, your past, you give away your power. And the moment you give away your power, you become a victim of circumstance, a victim of bad luck, a victim of everything that happens around you. And victims don't win. Victims don't grow. Victims don't change their lives because they're too busy waiting for someone else to do it for them. But nobody is coming to fix your life. Nobody is coming to give you a better future. Nobody is coming to work harder for your dreams than you. So you have two choices. You can keep blaming, keep complaining, keep telling yourself the same story about why you can't, why it's not your fault, why life is unfair. Or you can decide right now that you are done with that mindset, that you are taking control, that no matter what has happened in your life, no matter what challenges you've faced, no matter how unfair or difficult things have been, you will not let that define you, because you are stronger than your past. You are bigger than your circumstances. You are capable of more than you've been telling yourself. And the only thing standing between you and the life you want is action. Not wishing, not hoping, not waiting. Action. Massive, relentless, unstoppable action. The kind of action that doesn't wait for motivation. The kind of action that doesn't care about excuses. The kind of action that wakes up early, stays up late, and keeps moving forward even when it's uncomfortable. Because success is not about luck. Because success is not about luck. It's not about who had the easiest path. It's about who took the hits and kept going. Who fell down and got back up. Who refused to let setbacks become stop signs. And I know some people will say, but you don't understand my situation. You don't know what I've been through. And you're right, I don't. But I do know this. There is someone out there who had it worse and they still made it. There is someone who started with less, faced more, struggled harder, and still refused to quit. And if they can do it, so can you. But first you have to drop the excuses. You have to stop waiting for perfect conditions. You have to stop telling yourself the lie that you need someone else to save you, because everything you need is already inside you. The strength, the drive, the ability to learn, to grow, to build, to create something better. The question is, will you use it, or will you let another day go by telling yourself the same old story? That's the real decision. Not if you can succeed, because you can. Not if you have what it takes, because you do. The real decision is, are you willing to take full responsibility for your life? Not just when things go right, not just when it's easy, but even when it's hard, even when you feel like giving up, even when no one is clapping for you, no one is supporting you, no one is telling you to keep going, because that's what separates the people who win from the people who stay stuck. The ones who win take full responsibility. They don't wait, they don't blame, they don't hesitate, they act. So what are you going to do? Change your mindset about money. Money follows value. Most people don't understand this. They think money is about luck. They think it's about privilege. They think it's about working harder, grinding longer hours, sacrificing more of their time. And while hard work matters, it's not the reason people become wealthy, because if it was, construction workers would be millionaires. Factory workers would be rich. Single parents working 3 jobs just to survive would never struggle again. But that's not how it works, because money doesn't follow effort. Money follows value. And if you don't understand this, you will work yourself into the ground and never get ahead. You will wake up early, work late, do everything you were told to do, and still struggle. Because the world doesn't pay you for your time. It pays you for the problems you solve, for the skills you bring, for the value you create. And if you're not making the money you want, it's because you're not creating enough value. That's the truth. Now, some people will hear that and get defensive. They'll say, but I work hard. I give my best every day. And I get it. You've been told that hard work is the answer. You've been told that if you just grind long enough, success will come. But look around. How many people do you know who have been working hard for decades and they're still broke, still struggling, still living paycheck to paycheck? It's because they never learned the truth that money isn't about time spent. It's about value created. So if you want more money, you need to create more value. That means learning new skills. That means solving bigger problems. That means putting yourself in a position where you are needed, where you are valuable, where people are willing to pay for what you bring to the table. Because when you do that, money becomes a byproduct. It flows naturally to those who bring solutions. Think about the richest people in the world. They didn't just work hard, they worked smart. They didn't just trade time for money. They built things that people needed, and they got rewarded for it. That's how wealth is built, not by waiting for a raise, not by working overtime, but by increasing the value you bring to the world. So the question is, are you doing that? Are you learning skills that the market wants? Are you solving problems people are willing to pay for? Or are you stuck in the old way of thinking? Are you still waiting for someone to recognize your effort? Still hoping that if you just keep your head down and work hard, one day everything will change? Because it won't. Not until you do. Not until you shift your focus from effort to impact, from hours worked to results created, from just doing the job to being the person people can't afford to live without. Because when you do that, money will no longer be something you chase. It will be something that chases you. So what are you waiting for? Change the way you see money, change the way you think about value, and watch how fast your life changes. Time is your greatest asset. Stop wasting it on entertainment. You don't get time back. You don't get a refund on the hours you waste. Every second that passes is gone forever. And yet most people treat time like it's unlimited. They wake up and scroll through their phones. They binge watch shows for hours. They waste entire weekends doing nothing that moves them forward. Then they wonder why their life never changes. They wonder why they're still broke, why they're still stuck in the same place year after year. But the truth is, life is a direct reflection of how you spend your time. The people who succeed, they don't waste it. They don't spend hours watching other people live their dreams. They don't consume useless content that adds nothing to their future. They use their time wisely. They invest it. They read. They learn. They build. They practice. They develop skills that make them valuable because they understand one thing. Time is either working for you or against you. Every minute you waste is a minute you never get back. Every hour you spend being entertained is an hour you could have spent creating something great. And if you don't control your time, someone else will. Because the world is full of distractions. Social media is designed to steal your attention. TV shows are created to keep you hooked for hours. Companies spend billions making sure you stay addicted to entertainment. And the more you consume, the less you create. The more you watch, the less you grow. The more you waste, the less you win. Because here's the reality. Winners don't waste time. They don't sit around watching other people succeed. They don't let distractions steal their future. They take control. They set goals. They wake up with purpose. They use every hour to get closer to their dreams. And that's why they win. Not because they're smarter, not because they're luckier, but because they value time, because they know that every second counts, because they refuse to waste their life watching other people live theirs. So ask yourself, how are you spending your time? Are you using it to grow, to learn, to build, or are you throwing it away? Because the truth is, your future is being decided right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. Every choice you make today is shaping your tomorrow. Every hour you waste today is an hour you'll regret later. So stop wasting time. Stop living in distraction. Stop letting entertainment steal your dreams. Because your time is running out. And if you don't take control now, one day you'll wake up and realize you wasted the most valuable asset you ever had. Invest in skills that increase your earning potential, because if you don't, you will always be stuck. You will always be at the mercy of the economy. You will always be dependent on someone else deciding what you're worth, and that's a dangerous place to be. Most people never think about this. They spend years in school learning things they never use. They work jobs that pay them just enough to survive. They complain about how little they make, how unfair life is, how they can't seem to get ahead, but they never stop to ask themselves the real question, what am I doing to increase my value? Because money follows value. And if you're not earning what you want, it's because the market doesn't see you as valuable enough. That's the truth. It's not about luck. It's not about what family you came from. It's not about what degree you have. It's about what you bring to the table. And if you want to earn more, you have to become more. You have to learn skills that are in demand, skills that solve problems, skills that people are willing to pay for, because skills are what separate the wealthy from the struggling. Look at anyone who is successful. They didn't get there by accident. They got there because they mastered something valuable. They learned how to sell, how to negotiate, how to communicate, how to lead, how to think strategically, how to adapt and solve problems. And because they have those skills, they never worry about money, because they know that no matter what happens, no matter where they are, no matter what the economy looks like, they have the ability to create value. And when you can create value, you will never be broke. You will never feel stuck. You will never be trapped in a job you hate, making just enough to get by, because you will have options. You will have leverage. You will be in control of your financial future, but only if you invest in yourself. Most people won't do this. They'll spend money on entertainment. They'll buy the latest gadgets. They'll waste time scrolling on social media, but they won't invest in learning. They won't take the time to develop new skills. They won't do the work to make themselves more valuable. And then they wonder why nothing changes. But you have a choice. You can keep doing what you've always done, or you can decide right now that you are going to invest in yourself, that you are going to learn the skills that make people successful, that you are going to stop waiting for opportunities and start creating them. Because the people who win in life, they don't wait, they don't blame, they don't make excuses, they invest, they grow, they take action, and because of that, they build a life on their own terms. So what are you going to do? Are you going to keep hoping for a better future, or are you going to build one? Your past does not define your future. Your actions do. It doesn't matter where you came from. It doesn't matter what mistakes you've made. It doesn't matter how many times you've failed, how many times you've been knocked down, or how many times life has told you no. What matters is what you do next, because your past is just a story, a chapter that has already been written, but your future, that's still in your hands, and every single decision you make today is shaping what comes next. But too many people let their past control them. They let their failures define them. They let their mistakes become their identity. They tell themselves, this is just who I am. This is just my life. I'll never change. And the moment you accept that story, you make it real, because the only thing keeping you stuck is the belief that you can't move forward. But you can. You can rewrite your story. You can choose a different path. You can decide right now that you are no longer that person, that you are no longer bound by the past, that you are no longer going to live in regret, in shame, in doubt, because none of that will take you where you want to go. The only thing that matters is what you do from this moment forward. So ask yourself, are you letting your past define you? Are you still carrying mistakes from years ago? Are you still holding on to failures, disappointments, and losses? Because if you are, it's time to let them go. They don't serve you. They don't help you grow. They don't bring you closer to the life you want. Only action does that. Only taking control, only stepping up and saying, no more excuses, no more living in the past, no more letting yesterday dictate tomorrow, because you are not your failures. You are not your mistakes. You are not the things that happen to you. You are the choices you make today, the habits you build, the work you put in, the mindset you adopt. That is what defines you. That is what creates your future. Not where you started, not what's behind you, not the obstacles, the struggles, the setbacks, but what you do now, what you do when things get tough, what you do when doubt creeps in, what you do when life tries to push you back down. That's what separates those who succeed from those who stay stuck. So stop looking back. Stop reliving the same story. Stop letting the past control your future. Because the past is done, but your future, that's still waiting for you to create it. Eliminate excuses and take control of your financial destiny. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you success. No one is going to give you permission to be wealthy, to be free, to live life on your terms. That's up to you. But as long as you keep making excuses, you will stay exactly where you are. Excuses are easy. They let you off the hook. They give you a reason to stay comfortable, a reason to blame the economy, blame your job, blame your upbringing, blame everything except the one thing that actually matters, you. Because your financial future is in your hands, not your boss's, not the government's, not the system's, yours. And the sooner you accept that, the sooner everything changes. Because as long as you believe the excuse, you will never take action. You will keep telling yourself the same lies. I don't have the right opportunities. I don't have the time. I don't have the resources. But the truth is, people with less than you have built massive success. People with bigger struggles, bigger setbacks, bigger disadvantages have created financial freedom. Not because they were lucky, not because they had a perfect plan, but because they refused to make excuses. They focused on solutions. They took what they had and made the most of it. They learned new skills. They worked harder on themselves than on their job. They stopped waiting for the perfect moment and started with what they had. And because of that, they took control of their financial future. They didn't let their past define them. They didn't let their circumstances dictate their destiny. They made a choice. And you have that same choice right now. You can keep making excuses, keep playing small, keep living paycheck to paycheck, hoping something changes. Or you can decide that today is the day you take control. That today is the day you stop blaming and start building. That today is the day you stop waiting and start taking action. Because your financial destiny is not determined by luck. It's not determined by the economy. It's determined by you, by what you do with your time, by how you invest in yourself, by the skills you learn, the risks you take, the opportunities you create. That's what separates the wealthy from the broke. Not intelligence, not talent, not luck, but mindset, discipline, relentless action. So what's it going to be? More excuses? More waiting? More hoping something changes? Or are you finally going to step up and take control because your future is being decided right now and only you can write the story? Develop a relentless work ethic. Outwork and outlearn everyone, because talent alone is not enough. Intelligence alone is not enough. Luck will never be enough. The people who succeed at the highest level are not the most gifted. They are not the ones who had the easiest path. They are the ones who refuse to be outworked. The ones who showed up early and stayed late, the ones who kept going long after everyone else quit, the ones who treated every single day as an opportunity to get better, to get stronger, to get one step closer to their goals. And that is what separates the winners from the dreamers. Most people want success. Most people want more money, more freedom, more opportunities. But when it comes to doing the work, they hesitate. They look for shortcuts. They wait for motivation. They do the bare minimum and expect massive results. But that's not how it works. You don't get what you wish for. You get what you work for. You get what you work for. You get what you are willing to sacrifice for. You get what you are willing to commit to every single day without excuses. Because success is not convenient. It's not easy. It's not handed to you. It's earned through effort, through discipline, through relentless action. And if you want to rise above, you must be willing to do what others won't. You must be willing to outwork and outlearn everyone. Because knowledge is power, but applied knowledge is unstoppable. The more you learn, the more valuable you become. The more you grow, the more opportunities you create. And when you combine learning with an unmatched work ethic, you become dangerous. You become unstoppable. You become the person that others can't compete with, because while they are sleeping, you are grinding. While they are distracted, you are focused. While they are making excuses, you are making progress. And that's the difference. That's why the best keep winning. Not because they are lucky, not because they were born with something special, but because they refuse to be outworked, because they refuse to let anyone outlearn them, out-hustle them, or outlast them. So ask yourself, how hard are you really working? How much are you really learning? How much are you pushing yourself every single day to get better, to grow, to master your craft? Because if you're not giving everything you have, someone else is. Someone else is putting in the hours. Someone else is studying, practicing, improving. Someone else is grinding in silence, waiting for their moment. And when that moment comes, they will be ready. Will you? Or will you look back and realize you could have done more, that you could have worked harder, that you could have pushed further? Because regret is the price of wasted potential. And if you don't want to live with that regret, you must decide now to commit, to grind, to develop the kind of work ethic that makes you unstoppable. Because in the end, success doesn't go to the smartest. It doesn't go to the most talented. It goes to the one who refuses to quit, the one who refuses to be outworked. Believe in yourself, because no one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you success. No one is going to give you the perfect opportunity. No one is going to push you, motivate you, or force you to take action. That's on you. Because if you don't believe in yourself, who will? If you don't back yourself, why would anyone else? Most people wait for permission. They wait for someone to validate their dreams. They wait for someone to tell them they're good enough, smart enough, capable enough. But that day never comes, because the world doesn't work like that. No one is sitting around thinking about how to make your life better. No one is losing sleep over your success. It's up to you. You have to decide that you are worthy. You have to decide that you are capable. You have to decide that no matter what obstacles come your way, you will figure it out, because belief is the foundation of everything. If you don't believe you can, you won't even try. If you don't believe you're capable, you'll give up at the first sign of struggle. If you don't believe you deserve success, you'll sabotage yourself before you ever get there. And that's why so many people stay stuck, not because they aren't talented, not because they don't have potential, but because deep down they don't believe in themselves. They've been told too many times that they can't. They've failed too many times, and now they think failure is who they are. They've let doubt creep in and take control. And so they settle. They accept a life that is smaller than what they truly want. They convince themselves that their dreams were never realistic anyway. And they stop trying. But that doesn't have to be you. You can choose to believe in yourself even when no one else does. You can choose to back yourself even when the odds are against you. You can choose to trust that you have what it takes even if you don't have all the answers yet. Because the truth is, no one has it all figured out in the beginning. No one starts with confidence. Confidence comes from action. It comes from proving to yourself over and over again that you are capable, that you are strong, that you can handle whatever comes your way. But you'll never get there if you keep doubting yourself. You'll never build that confidence if you keep waiting for someone else to believe in you first. That's not how it works. The world will believe in you when you start believing in yourself. The world will open doors for you when you start knocking them down. The world will take you seriously when you take yourself seriously. So stop waiting. Stop looking for validation. Stop hoping someone will come along and tell you it's okay to chase your dreams. No one is coming. It's up to you. So stand up, look in the mirror, and decide that today is the day you start believing. Because once you do, everything changes. Because once you do, everything changes. When you believe in yourself, you stop hesitating, you stop waiting, you stop making excuses. You start taking action. You start showing up differently. You start pushing past your fears, past your doubts, past every obstacle in your way. And that's when life starts to open up for you. That's when you start to see what you're truly capable of. That's when success stops being a dream and starts becoming your reality. But it all starts with you. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to give you permission. You don't need them to, because you already have everything you need inside you. So step up, own your power, believe in yourself, and go make it happen.